I don't know. I just really, really wanted to do that. So here it is, ladies. Contouring your face. This will give you the illusion that your face is smaller, your lips are a little bigger, your forehead's a little smaller or bigger. In my case, my forehead's little. I would like it to look a little bit bigger, but whatever. So all you need is three things. A little brush, bigger foundation brush, and I have this amazing contour palette. You can see I use it a lot. It's disgusting. It is Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think I got it for about 40 bucks from Sephora. It lasts a long time and it's really, really easy to use. So stay tuned. And I'm back to using my finger again. It really is so much easier than using a brush, just to kind of get the idea going. So I'm going to start off using my finger, and then we'll go from there. So in this, I like to do the yellowish tone. White's for the end, yellow or whatever your skin tone kind of falls into. Mine's more of a yellowish tone. Not quite sure today because this foundation's way too dark that I have on, but it's okay. We'll work with it. And you're going to look like a clown, basically. So I like to start under the eye. Get right under the eye as best, like as close as you can without getting it in your eye. And you're going to draw upside down triangles on both of your eyes. So fill it in really nice. I was not good at art. As you can see, I can't seem to draw a triangle right now. Okay, so you get the idea. Triangle. Let's do the other eye and then we'll come back. Alright, so your triangles are on. Next, I would suggest your forehead. Now, unlike most people, my forehead is tiny and I hate it. So what I will do is another triangle. But I'm going to start mine lower because I want to bring out the lower part. You're like, what the hell does she mean by lower part? Meaning anywhere the lightness is going is bringing it forward. It's going to show first. So. And I totally lied. My brain is not working this morning. Because my small head 4, I will go up higher. If you have a giant forehead, you will be doing it little, like I just did, but I want to give the illusion that I have a bigger forehead. And no, I am not flipping you guys off. It's just way easier to use my middle finger. Didn't even realize that till now. Okay, now, I'm going to follow the middle of that triangle and go right down your nose. So, keep it as center as you can. You can see where I broke my nose there. It's a little crooked. Alright, and here's your last lovely triangle. Alright, here. Alright, kind of where that little dimple is on your chin. Doesn't have to be super dark. It doesn't even have to be a triangle. Just get it in there. As you can see, a giant pimple there. It's kind of messing me up and making it look kind of gross, but whatever. Now, this is going to look silly, but you're going to suck in, and you're going to add some light right here as well. So, again, you're going to bring that right down to your chin. Don't worry, leave it. Don't blend it. I have a tendency to try to blend it because it's driving me insane how crazy I look. And it's really hard to talk when I'm doing this, so I apologize. But alright. You're on your way to goddess look. Or whatever. So, now we're going to do the dark. I usually use this color, but I'm going to go a little bit more here. I think it's the lightest. Not quite sure because my skin is all over the place, but as long as it's brown and it works. I lied. Middle one's lighter. It just looks weird in the camera. So, middle one again. Use my finger. Suck in those cheeks and just draw a line. Don't I look pretty? Now, you're going to do this spot up here with the same brown color. So I'm going to try my hardest not to get it in my hairline with my tiny forehead. Now, again, with a bigger forehead, you want less white, more brown. The brown is going to be the hidden part, gives you these illusions of these shadows in your face, I guess. So there's that. I'm going to take this little brush because I don't use it that often, and this is the nose part. Gotta really go right down the sides with the white. Just draw down, and this is going to enhance your nose. And if you use your finger, I tend, because my skin's a little oily, that it gets super oily there. So I try not to, and if you want, you can bring it up, go down. Now, I do this after my foundation. Some people like to do it before their foundation because once they put the foundation on after, it really blends it in. You know, I've done it both ways. I kind of like this way better. I think it sticks out a little more. But this is going to give me the appearance of a thinner nose because I kind of have a little chunky nose. And it sounds like Mac just got home from the gym, so if you hear some noise, it's just him. He's probably wondering why I'm talking to myself up here. Okay, once you've done the sides of your nose, you're going to bring a little bridge all the way down. So, and there's kind of getting the thickness. Look at that. Look at. I have a little nose. If I ran all the way across the room instead, my face would look totally different. I kind of want to test it, but I'm not going to because I'm in my pajamas and I am braless, so that's just weird. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm going to have to edit this part out if I can figure it out. If not, I apologize in advance for being my usual quirky, weird, silly self. So, last thing I like to do is right here. Why? Because it's going to make it look like you have a cute little pouty lip. Alright, so you have this. Where the hell do you go from here? Really, really simple. So, this is where it can get a little tricky because the colors are so dark. You have to make sure, sorry, Thor was stretching. You have to make sure that you really, really, really press down. Don't wipe it. Just tap, tap, as I always say. Tap the makeup away because the dark can have a tendency to not want to blend. I think beauty blenders work way better. You get the beauty blender, get it wet, squeeze out the excess water, and just tap it. But I have to kind of deal with my brush right now because, like I said, my son hid mine, and I hope in my next video that I have one. So, only going to tap in the dark spots. Do not touch the white. Keep the white under your eye. Keep the white here, but just kind of, we're going to start there. So what I like to do is right where I started, right here. We're going to start to tap this in. So, tap. And I know that I make really weird faces when I'm doing my makeup, but who doesn't? And you don't really realize this until you record yourself. So, I am just tapping it. Now, if you feel because it's not blending and you need to brush it in the way that you applied it. So, since you just went like this, you can, it's okay to do that. It's okay to kind of brush it where you put it. And if you feel you need to brush it, try to squeeze your brush if you don't have one. Oh my god, my nose is running. Squeeze it and just little taps. So tap it in, and you'll be surprised how it's going to blend itself in. And if you want to rub it a little bit in the triangle, that's okay, but try to keep the most of that triangle there. Same thing over here. Now I can tell you that I messed up a little in my brown, a little bit too far in here, so I don't really like it normally to do that, but I'll take some foundation after and kind of get rid of that. But same thing. Tap, 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 tap. Alright, now you're going to go to your forehead. Tap. Now bring it down a little bit if you want. I'm not going to bore you guys with how to tap because I'm sure we've made it very clear that you don't need to watch this. So let me get everything blended in and come right back to you. Alright, so we're blended in for the most part. Now we're going to actually bake our face. You'll see it's still here, but I did blend it in a little bit with there. It's still under my eyes, but everything else for the most part is all blended in. Here's where I like to talk about baking. Baking is just like cooking, obviously. It sets the makeup in where you want it. So you need a good brush, which I like this brush a lot when it comes to doing baking because I'm just going to be putting the translucent powder right over it. I don't want it too soft because then it's just going to kind of settle. You really want it to just stick on top of everything. It's going to look like flour on your face, basically. So you'll get that put on there, and then you're going to let it sit for 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. You don't really have to push it. I'm not going to make you guys watch it. Obviously, we'll stop the video, but the stuff I like to use is the Makeup Forever white translucent powder. It gets all over the place. So let me give you an idea of what the hell I'm talking about so I can show you what I mean. Alright, so you're going to dip it in, like so, and just probably close your eyes because if you don't, you're going to get it everywhere and it's not going to feel great. I don't know if you can, if the video is catching it like flying around or not, but get it under your eye into that triangle. Same thing with the other side. Alright, same thing right here. Same thing right here. Now, get my nose. Don't freak out, you're gonna look crazy. Video, of course, because it sucks, isn't really picking it up as much as I'd like it to, but it's all under here and here and here. It's not blended in, so just let it sit. So I'll come back after it sits and we'll go ahead and blend it, alright? Cool. Alright, it's sat. Typically, I'd recommend doing your hair. Clearly, I didn't because I still have to blow dry it, and it's going to take me a lot longer than 5 minutes, so it's sat. Going to take this nice and fluffy brush. Actually comes with that Makeup Forever that I have. And you're just going to lightly brush it in. I like to go in circles, kind of massage the face. And don't worry, it's translucent. So if it goes over where you put the brown, it's not going to do anything. It's really just making it so everything's going to set on your face and it's not going to go anywhere. And I like to kind of blend out into the other color. Now, rookie mistake, if you feel like you did too hard of rubbing in the other colors and that you don't see that brown anymore, you are definitely, obviously, it's your face. Welcome to, put a little more. You can still see mine, but take the cream, put a little on your finger, and just put it where you want it. Simple as that. So everything is in there. That's the most part of the contour. And if you want to put a little bit of lighter, they call it contouring highlighting for a reason. I only like to put it in one spot, but I'll show you a couple different pinpoints of your face once you have everything for the most part set in. So you're going to go back to your lovely palette. Take the lightest color. It's almost white. If you have a good brush, great. Otherwise, good old finger. I like to put a little bit here and a little bit here, and you'll start to see where these lines are on your face that you're going to want to do. Just kind of gives it a pretty little look at the end. And I like to kind of go over my nose a little if I blended it too much. I like to do, oops, a little bit here again. Again, just, you can rub it in now. It's okay. Rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. Little. And then you just kind of go in a little circle. Now if your fingers are super oily, you can always take a brush and do this, but sometimes I don't like to do a brush at this point. Everything's perfect, you don't kind of want to rub. Alright, there is my contouring video. It's really hard to see. It's a better idea. I like to wear blush too, so it's hard to do blush because you kind of defeat the whole purpose. Why is he just saying? Sorry guys, a little bit of technical difficulties there. I love blush, so after contouring it's kind of hard to put blush on because you really don't want to look like you're doing too much. You don't want to take away from this look of thinning your face by just putting blush right in the apples of your cheeks like you learned. So there's a little trick to putting blush on. You're going to want to take a fluffy brush. You see there's still blush on it. Nice and soft. I love my Sephora blushes. I don't care. They stay on your face and they're not that expensive. Dab it up. Make that face. You're going to go in where the brown is, but only halfway in. So you're going to just kind of do it right there. I always blow on it to make sure I don't get too much. And there you have it. It still keeps the contour angle going. And there you go. Time for some eye makeup.